Oh. Evening, Curio.
Morning.
Oh. If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, that surfeiting the appetite may sicken and so die. That strain again. It had a dying fall. Oh, it came over my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough, no more. 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before. O spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that notwithstanding thy capacity receiveth as the sea, not enters there. Of what validity and pitch soe'er, but falls into abatement and low price, even in a minute. So full of shapes is fancy, that it alone is high fantastical.
Will you go hunt, my lord?
What, Curio?
The hart.
Why, so I do. The noblest that I have. Oh, when mine eyes did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant was I turned into a hart, and my desires, like fell and cruel hounds, e'er since pursue me. How now? What news from her?
So please, my lord, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this answer. The element itself till 7 years' heat shall not behold her face at ample view, but like a cloistress, she will veiled walk and water once a day her chamber round with eye offending brine. All this to season a brother's dead love, which she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
Oh, she that hath a heart of that fine frame, to pay this debt of love but to a brother? Oh, how will she love when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else that live in her? When music, like mind, body, and liver, these sovereign thrones are all supplied and filled, her sweet perfections by one self-king. Away before me to sweet beds of flowers. Love thoughts lie rich when canopied with bowers.
What country, friends, is this?
Oh, this is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Elysium. Perchance he is not drowned. What think you, sailors?
It is, perchance, that you yourself were saved.
Oh, my poor brother. And so perchance may he be.
True, madame. And to comfort you with chance, assure yourself, after our ship did split, when you and those poor number saved with you hung on our driving boat, I saw your brother was providence in peril, bind himself. Courage and hope both teaching him the practice to a strong mast that lived upon the sea, where, like Arion on the dolphin's back, I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves, so as long as I could see.
For saying so, there's gold. Mine own escape unfoldeth to my hope, whereto thy speech serve for authority, the like of him. Knowest thou this country?
Aye, madam, well, for I was bred and born not 3 hours' travel from this very place.
Who governs here?
A noble duke in nature, as in name.
What is his name?
Orsino.
Orsino! I have heard my father name him, but he was a bachelor then.
Oh, and so is now, or was so very late. For but a month ago I went from hence, and 'twas fresh and murmur, as you know, what great ones do, the less we'll prattle of, that he seeks the love of fair Olivia.
What's she?
A virtuous maid, the daughter of a count that died some 12 months since. She was left in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died, for whose dear love, they say, she hath abjured the company and sight of men.
Oh, that I served that lady and might not be delivered to the world till I made mine own occasion mellow what my state is.
That were hard to compass. She'll admit no kind of suit. No, not the duke's.
There is a fair behavior in thee, captain, and though that nature with a beauteous wall doth off close in pollution, yet of thee I will believe thou hast a mind that suits with this, thy fair and outward character. I prithee, and I'll pay thee bounteously, conceal me what I am, and be my aid for such disguise as haply shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this duke. Thou shalt present me as a eunuch to him. It may be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak in many sorts of music, as will allow me very worth his service. What else may hap to time I will commit, only shape thou silence to my wit.
Well, be you his eunuch, and your mute I'll be. For my tongue blabs, and mine eyes not see.
I thank thee. Lead me on.
This way.
What a plague means my niece to take the death of her brother thus? I am sure cares an enemy to life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier, O knights. Your cousin, my lady, takes great exceptions to your ill hours.
Why, let her accept before accepted.
Aye, but you must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes be good enough for drinking, and so be these boots too. And be they not, let them hang themselves in their own straps.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady speak of yesterday. And of a foolish knight you let in here to be her wooer.
Who? Sir Andrew Ague Cheek?
Aye, he.
Why, he's as tall a man in as any's in Illyria.
And what's that to the purpose?
Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, you'll have but a year in all those ducats, for he's a very fool and a prodigal.
Oh, fie that you'll say so. He plays a viol de gambois and knows 3 or 4 languages word for word without book, and hath all the good gifts of nature.
Oh, he hath indeed almost natural. For but that he's a fool, he's a great quarreler, but to ally the gust he hath in quarreling, 'tis thought amongst the prudent he hath quickly but the gift of a grave.
By my hand, they are scoundrels and substractors that say so of him. Who are they?
They that add, moreover, he is drunken nightly in your company.
With drinking else to my niece, I'll drink to her as long as there is passage in my throat and drink in Illyria. He's a coward and a coistrel who will not drink to my niece till their brains turn out the toe like a parish top. What wench, Castiglione vulgo, for here comes Sir Andrew Ague.
Sir Toby Belch! How now, Sir Toby Belch?
Sweet Sir Andrew.
Oh, bless you, fair shrew.
And you too, sir.
Accost, Sir Andrew, accost.
What's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
Good mistress, accost. I desire better acquaintance.
My name's Mary, sir.
Good mistress Mary, accost.
You mistake, knight. Accost is front her, board her, woo her, assail her.
By my troth, I would not undertake her in this company. Is that the meaning of accost?
Fare thee well, gentlemen.
Oh, and thou let part so, Sir Andrew, that you might never draw sword again.
Oh, and let you part so, fair mistress, I would I might never draw sword again. Fair lady, do you think you have fools in hand?
I have not you by the hand, sir.
Mary, but you shall have. And here's my hand.
Now, sir, thought is free. I pray you bring your hand to the buttery bar and let it drink.
What? Wherefore, sweetheart? What's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
Are you... I think so. I'm not such an ass, but I can keep my hand dry. But what's your jest?
A dry jest, sir.
Are you full of them?
Mary, I have them at my fingers' ends, but oh, I let go your hand and I am barren.
Oh, knight! Thou lackest a cup of canary. When I ever seen thee so put down?
Never in your life, I think. Unless you see canary put me down. Methinks sometimes I have no more wit than a Christian or an ordinary man has. But I am a great eater of beef, and I fear that does some harm to my wit.
No question.
And I thought that, I'd forswear it. I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Pourquoi, my dear knight?
What is pourquoi? Does that do or do not?
I wish I had bestowed the time and the tongues that I have in fencing and dancing and bear baiting.
You could
Had I but followed the arts.
Oh, then thou hadst an excellent head of hair.
Oh, why would that have amended my hair?
Past question, for thou seest it will not girl by nature.
But it becomes me well enough, does it not?
Oh, excellent. It hangs like flax on a distaff. And I would love to see a housewife take thee between her legs and spin it off.
Faith, I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your niece will not be seen. Or if she be, it's 4 to 1 she'll not have me. The Count here himself hard by woos her.
Oh, she'll none of the count. She'll not match above her estate in degree, years, nor wit. I've heard her forswear it. Tut, there's life in it, man.
I will stay a month longer. Oh, I'm a fellow the strangest mind in the world. I delight in revels and masks altogether sometimes.
Art thou good at these kickshaws as knight?
As any man in Illyria, whatsoever he be. Under the degree of my betters, and yet I will not compare with an old man.
What is thy excellence in a galliard, knight?
Faith, I can cut a caper.
And I can cut the mutton to it.
I think I have the back trick simply as well as any man in Illyria.
Wherefore art these things hid? Wherefore have these gifts a curtain drawn before them? Are they like to take dust, like Mistress Malls's picture? Why dost thou not go to church in a galliard and come home in a coranto? Why, my very walk should be a jig. I would not so much as make water, but in a sink a pace. Is this a world to hide your virtues in? I would think, by the excellent constitution of thy leg, that it was formed under the star of a galliard.
'Tis strong, and it does indifferent well in a dun-colored stock. Shall we set about some revels?
What shall we do else? Were we not born under Taurus?
Taurus, that's sides and heart.
Oh, no, knight. It's thighs and legs. Let me see that caper. Swing it, baby.
If the Duke continue these favors toward you, Cesario, you were like to be much advanced. I mean, he hath known you but 3 days, and already you are no stranger.
You either fear his humor or my negligence if you call into question the continuance of his love. Is he inconstant, sir, in his favors?
No, believe me.
I thank you. Here comes the Count.
Who saw Cesario, huh?
On your attendance, my lord. Here.
Stand you a while aloof. Cesario, thou knowest no less but all, for I have unclasped to thee the book even of my secret soul. Therefore, good youth, address thy gaint unto her. Stand at her doors and tell them there thy fixed foot shall grow till thou have audience.
Sure, my noble lord, if she be so admitted to her sorrow as it is spoke, she never will admit me.
No, be clamorous and leap all civil bounds, rather than make unprofited returns.
Say I do speak with her, my lord. What then?
Oh, then unfold the passion of my love. Surprise her with discourse of my dear faith. It shall become thee well to act my woes. She will attend it better in thy youth than in a nuncio's of more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Dear lad, believe it. They shall yet belie thy happy years that say thou art a man. Diana's lip is not more smooth and rubious. Thy small pipe is as a maiden's organ, shrill and sound, and all is semblative a woman's part. I know thy constellation is right apt for this affair. Some 2 or 3 attend him. All, if you will, for I myself am best when least in company. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord, to call his fortunes thine.
I'll do my best to woo your lady. Yet a barful strife. Whoe'er I woo, myself would be his wife.
Nay, either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my lips so wide that a bristle may enter in way of thy excuse. Oh, my lady will hang thee for thy absence.
Well, let her hang me. He who is well hanged in this world needs to fear no colors.
Make that good.
Why, he shall see none to fear.
Oh, a good Lenten answer. I can tell thee where that phrase was born of, I fear no color.
Where, good Mistress Mary?
In the wars. And that you'd be so bold to use it in your foolery.
Well, God give them wisdom that have it, and those who are fools, let them use their talents.
Oh, and yet you will be hanged. Or to be turned away. Is that not as good as a hanging to you?
Many a good hanging prevents a bad marriage, and as for turning away, let summer bear it out, ah?
Oh, so you're resolute then.
Not so, neither, though I am resolved on 2 points.
Oh, that if one shall break, the other shall hold. But if both break, your gaskins fall.
Apt, in good faith, very apt. Well, go thy way. If Sir Toby would leave drinking, thou wert as witty a piece of Eve's flesh as any in Illyria.
Peace, you rogue, no more of that. Here comes my lady. Make your excuses wisely, you were best.
Wit, and be thy will, put me in the good fooling. Those wits that think they have thee do very oft prove fools, and I, that am sure I lack thee, may pass for a wise man for, what say, Quintipolis? Ah, yes, better a witty fool than a foolish wit, huh? God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
Do you not hear, fellows? Take away the lady.
Go to, you're a dry fool. I'll know more of you. Besides, you grow dishonest.
2 faults, Madonna, that drink and good counsel will amend. Forgive the dry fool drink, then is the fool not dry. Bid the dishonest man mend himself. If he mend, he's no longer dishonest. If he cannot, let the botcher mend him, huh? Anything that is mended is but patched. Virtue that transgresses, but patched for sin, and sin that amends is but patched with virtue. If that the simple syllogism will serve, so. If it will not, what remedy? As there's no true cuckold but calamity, so beauty's a flower. The lady bade take away the fool, therefore, I say again, take away the lady.
Sir, I bade them take away you.
Misprision in the highest degree, lady. Cuculis non facit monocum. That is as much to say as I wear not motley in my brain. Good Madonna, please give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterously, good Madonna.
Make your proof.
I must catechize you for it, Madonna. Good my mouse of virtue, answer me.
Well, sir, for want of other idleness, I'll bide your proof.
Good Madonna, why mournest thou?
Good fool for my brother's death.
I think his soul's in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul's in heaven,
The more
fool.
fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen.
What think you of this fool, Malvolio? Doth he not mend?
Yes, and shall do till the pangs of death shake him. Infirmity that decays the wise doth ever make the better fool.
Well, God send you, sir, speedy infirmity for the better increasing of your folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, huh? But he will not pass his word for 2 pence that you are no fool.
How say you to that, Malvolio?
I marvel your ladyship takes delight with such a barren rascal. I saw him put down the other day with an ordinary fool that has no more brain than a stone. Look you now, he is out of his guard already. Unless you laugh or minister occasion to him, he is gagged. I protest, I take these wise men that crow so at these set kind of fools no better than the fools' zanies.
Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with the distempered appetite. To be generous, guiltless, and a free disposition is to take those things for bird bolts that you deem cannon bullets. There is no slander in an allowed fool, though he do nothing but rail, nor no railing in a known discreet man, though he do nothing but reprove.
Well, Mercury endue thee with leasing, for thou speakest well of fools.
Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you.
From the Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madam, but 'tis a fine gentleman and well attended too.
Who of my people hold him in delay?
Sir Toby, your kinsman.
Oh, fetch him off, I pray you. He speaks nothing but madman. Fie on him. Go you, Malvolio. If it be a suit from the Count, I am sick or not at home. What you will to dismiss it? Now you see, sir, how your fooling grows old and people dislike it.
Thou hast spoken for us, Madonna, as if thy own eldest son should be a fool, whose skull Jove cram with brains, for here he comes, one of thy kin that has a most weak Pia Mate.
Kai mine honor half drunk? Who is he at the gate, cousin? A gentleman. The gentleman? What gentleman? Oh, 'tis a gentleman here. Oh, a plague of these pickle herrings. How now, son?
Good sir, tell me.
Cousin, how have you come so early by this lethargy? Lechery? I defy lechery. What? There's one at the gate. Aye, Mary, what is he? Let him be the devil. And he will, I care not. Give me face, say I. Well, it's all one. What's a drunken man like, fool?
Like a fool, a madman, and a drowned man. One draught above heat makes him the fool, okay? The second mads him, and the third drowns him.
Go thou and seek the crowner and let him sit on my cuz, for he's in the 3rd degree of drink. He's drowned. Go look after him.
He has been mad yet, Madonna, and the fool shall look to the madman.
Madam, yon young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick. He takes on him to understand so much and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep. He seems to have foreknowledge of that too and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him, lady? He is fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
Has been told so, and he says he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post or be the supporter to a bench, but he'll speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
Why of mankind?
What manner of man?
A very ill manner. He'll speak with you, will you or no?
Of what personage and years is he?
Oh, not yet old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy, as a squash is before 'tis a peas cod, or a codling when 'tis almost an apple. 'Tis with him in standing water between boy and man. He speaks very shrewishly, and he is very well favored. One would think his mother's milk was scarce out of him.
Let him approach. Call in my gentlewoman.
Gentlewoman, my lady calls.
Give me my glasses. We'll once more hear Orsino's embassy.
The honorable lady of the house, which is she?
Speak to me. I shall answer for her. Your will.
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides it is excellently well penned, I have taken great pains to con it. Good beauties, let me sustain no scorn. I am very comfortable, even to the least sinister usage.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I have studied, and that question's out of my part. Good gentle one, give me modest assurance if you be the lady of the house, so that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart, and yet by the very fangs of malice I swear, I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain. If you are she, you do usurp yourself. For what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is out of my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise and show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important in it. I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
'Tis the more like to be feigned. I pray you, keep it in. I heard you were saucy at my gates, and allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not the time of moon with me to make one of so skipping a dialogue.
Will you hoist sail, sir? Here lies your way.
No, good swabber, I am to hull here a little longer. Some modification for your giant, sweet lady?
Tell me your mind.
I am a messenger.
Sure, you have some hideous matter to deliver when the courtesy of it is so fearful. Speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand. My words are as full of peace as matter.
Yet you began rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me I have learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would are as secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity. To any others, profanation.
Give us the place alone. We shall hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady!
A comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom? In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method, in the first of his heart.
I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Do you have any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text. But we shall draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such a one I was this present. Is it not well done?
Excellently done, if God did all.
'Tis in grain, sir, 'twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive if you lead these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out divers schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried and each particle and utensil labeled to my will. As item, 2 lips indifferent red. Item, 2 gray eyes with lids to them. Item, 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see you what you are. You are too proud. But if you were the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be but recompensed, though you were crowned the nonpareil of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth. In voices well divulged, free learned and valiant, and in the dimension and the shape of nature a gracious person, but yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why, what would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contemned love and sing them loud, even in the dead of night. Halloo your name to the reverberant hills and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the element of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I'm a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him send no more, unless, perchance, you come to me again to tell me how he takes it. Fare you well. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me.
I am no feed post, lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love make his heart a flint, that you shall love, and let your fervor, like my master's, be placed in contempt. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman. Oh, I'll be sworn thou art. Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, actions, and spirit do give thee fivefold blazon. Oh, not too fast. Soft, soft. Unless the master were the man, how now, even so quickly may one catch the plague. Methinks I feel the sea's perfections with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio?
Here, madam, at your service.
Run after that same peevish messenger, the county's man. He left this ring behind him. What I are not tell him, I'll none of it. Desire him not to flatter with his lord, nor hold him up in hopes. I am not for him. If that the youth will come this way tomorrow, I'll give him reason for it. Hie thee, Malvolio.
Madam, I will.
I know not what and fear to find. Mine eye too great a flatterer for my mind. Fate, show thy force. Ourselves we do not owe. What is decreed must be, and be this so.
Will you stay no longer? Nor will you not that I go with you?
By your patience, no. My stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours. Therefore I shall crave of you a leave that I may bear my evils alone. It were bad recompense for your love to lay any of them on you.
Let me yet know whither you are bound.
No, soothe, sir. My determinate voyage is mere extravagancy.
But I perceive in you so excellent a touch of modesty that you will not extort from me what I'm willing to keep in. Therefore it charges me in manners the rather to express myself. Oh, you must know of me then, Antonio. My name is Sebastian, which I called Rodrigo. My father was that Sebastian of Messaline, whom I know you've heard of. He left behind him myself and a sister, both born in an hour. If the heavens had been pleased, would we had so ended. But you, sir, altered that. For some hour before you took me from the breach of the sea was my sister drowned.
Alas, the day!
A lady, sir. Though it was said she much resembled me, was yet of many accounted beautiful. But though I could not with such estimable wonder over far believe that, yet thus far I will boldly publish her. She bore a mind that envy could not but call fair. She is drowned already, sir, with salt water. Though I seem to drown her remembrance again with more.
Pardon me, sir. Your bad entertainment.
Forgive me your trouble, good Antonio.
If you will not murder me for my love, let me be your servant.
If you will not undo what you have done, that is, kill him whom you've recovered, desire it not. Fare you well at once. My bosom is full of kindness, and I am yet so near the manners of my mother that upon the least occasion, more mine eyes will tell tales of me. I am bound to Count Orsino's court. Farewell.
The gentleness of all the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in Orsino's court, else would I very shortly see thee there. But come what may, I do adore thee so, that danger shall seem sport, and I will go.
Dude! Yes. Were you not even now with the Countess Olivia?
Even now, sir. At a moderate pace I have arrived but hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You might have saved me my pains to have taken it away yourself. She adds, moreover, that you should put your lord into a desperate assurance she will none of him. And one thing more, that you be never so hardy to come again in his affairs, unless it be to report your lord's taking of this. Receive it so.
She took the ring of me, all none of it.
Come, sir, you peevishly threw it at her, and her will is it should be so returned. Here, if it be worth stooping for, there it lie in your eye. If not, be it his that finds it.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me, indeed, so much that for sure methought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak in starts distractedly. Oh, she loves me, sure. The cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring, why he sent her none. I am the man. And if it be so, as 'tis, poor lady, she were better love a dream. Disguise, I see now, thou art a wickedness, wherein the pregnant enemy does much. Oh, how easy is it for the proper false in women's waxen hearts to set their forms! Alas, our frailty is the cause, not we, for such as we are made of, such we be. How will this fadge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him. And she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, now alas the day, what thriftless sighs must poor Olivia breathe? O time, thou must entangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie.
right, Sir Andrew. Not to be a bed after midnight is to be up betimes. Undiluculo surgery. Thou knowest.
Nay, my troth, I know not. But I know to be up late is to be up late.
A false conclusion. I ate it as an unfilled can. To be up after midnight and to go to bed then is early. So that to go to bed after midnight is to be up betimes. Does not our life consist of the four elements?
Faith, so they say, but I rather think it consists of eating and drinking.
Oh, thou art a scholar. Let us therefore eat and drink. Mary and I say, a stoup of wine.
Oh, here comes the fool of faith.
How now, my hearts? Did you never see the picture of we three? Huh?
Welcome, ass. Now let's have a catch.
By my troth, the fool has an excellent breast. I'd rather than 40 shillings I had so strong a leg and so sweet a breath to sing as the fool has. In sooth, thou were in very gracious fooling last night when thou spokest of the Picrogrammatus, of the Equinoctius, of the Vapians passing the Quibius. 'Twas very good, i' faith. I sent thee sixpence for thy leman. Hadst it?
I did impeticos thy gratitude, for Malvolio's nose is no whipstock. Wait, hold on. My lady has a white hand, and the myrmidons are no bottle ale.
Excellent! Oh, why, this is the best fooling when all is done. Now, a song.
Oh, come on. Let's have a song. Here's sixpence for you.
There's a tester of me, too.
Would you have a love song or a song of good life?
A
Huh?
love song. A
I
love song.
care not for a good life.
Yeah.
Excellent, good at it.
Good, good.
Break it down.
Keep here! If my lady had not called up her steward Malvolio and bid him turn you out of doors, never trust me.
My lady is a Cadian. We are politicians, and Malvolio is a peg a Ramsey. And three merry men be we, Dilly Valley. Am not I consanguineous? Am I not of her blood? There dwelt the man in Babylon.
Lady! Beshrew me, the knight's an admirable fooling.
He does it well enough if he be so disposed, and so do I too. He does it with a better grace, but I do it more natural.
Oh, the 12th day of
For the love of God, peace!
My masters! Are you mad? Or what even are you? Have you no wit, manners, nor honesty, but to gabber like tinkers at this time of night? Do you make an alehouse of my lady's house, that you squeak out your cosier's catches with no mitigation nor remorse of voice? Is there no respect for place, person, nor time in you?
We did keep time, sir. In our catches! Snack up!
Sir Toby, I must be round with you. My lady bade me tell you that, though she harbors you as her kinsman, she's nothing allied to your disorders. If you can separate yourself and your misdemeanors, you are welcome to the house. If not, and it would please you to take leave of her, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Farewell, dear heart, as I must needs be gone.
Nay, sweet Sir Toby.
His eyes do show his days are almost done.
Is it even so?
But I will never die.
Sir Toby, there you lie.
This is much credit to you. I put on my jammies.
Oh, shall I bid him go?
What and if you do?
Oh, shall I bid him go and spare not?
Oh, no, you dare not.
Out of tune, sir, you lie. Art any more than a steward? Dost thou think that because thou art virtuous, there shall be no more cakes and ale?
Yes, by St. Anne and ginger shall be hot for the mouth too.
Thou's in the right. Go, sir. Rub your chain with crumbs. A stoup of wine, Maria.
Mistress Mary, if you prize my lady's favor at anything more than contempt, you would not give means for this uncivil rule. She shall know of it by this hand.
Oh, shake your ear! Twere as good a deed is to drink when a man's a-hungry, than to challenge in the field, break promise with him, and make a fool of him.
Do it, knight. I'll write thee a challenge, or I'll deliver your indignation to him by word of mouth,
Sweet Sir Toby, be patient for tonight. Since the youth of the counts was today with thy lady, she is much out of quiet. For Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not gull him into a nay word and make him a common recreation, do not think I have wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Possess us, tell us something of him.
Mary, sometimes he's kind of a Puritan.
And if I thought that, I'd beat him like a dog.
What, for being a Puritan? Thy exquisite reason, dear knight.
I have no exquisite reason for it, but I have reason enough.
The devil of a Puritan that he is, or anything constantly but an affectionate ass that constate without book and utters it in great swarths. Oh, the best perceived of himself, so crammed as he thinks that it is his grounds of faith that all look on him love him. Oh, and on that vice in him will my revenge find notable cause to work.
What wilt thou do?
I will drop in his way some obscure epistles of love that by the shape of his leg, the color of his beard, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eyebrows, forehead, and complexion, he'll find himself most feelingly personated. I can write much like my lady, your niece. On a forgotten matter, you can hardly make distinction of our hands.
Oh, excellent! I smell a device.
I have it in my nose, too.
He shall think, by the letters that thou wilt drop, that my niece wrote them, and that they come from her, and that she is in love with him.
My horse is indeed a purpose of that color.
And your horse now would make him an ass.
Oh, ass I doubt not.
Oh, 'twill be admirable.
Oh, sport royal, I warrant you. I know my physic will work with him. I'll plant you two and let the fool make a third where he shall find the letter. Observe his construction of it. But for tonight, to bed. Dream on the event. Farewell.
Oh, good night, Penthesilea.
Before me, she's a good wench.
She's a beagle, true bred, and one that adores me. What of that?
I was adored once, too.
Let's to bed, knight. Thou hast need send for more money.
If I cannot recover your niece, I am a foul way out.
Send for money, knight. If thou hast her not in the end, call me cut.
And I do not, never trust me again. Take it how thou wilt.
Let's ride home. I'll go burn some sack. 'Tis too late for us to go to bed now, huh? Come on, knight, come on.
Okay, Tony. I'll see you later. Tony, give me some music. Oh. Good morrow, friends. Now, good Cesario, with that piece of song, that old and antique song that we heard last night, methought it did relieve my passions much more than light airs and recollected terms of these most brisk and giddy-paced times. Come, but one verse.
He it's not here, so please your lordship, that should sing it.
Who was it?
Feste, the jester, my lord, a fool that the Lady Olivia's father took much delight in. He is about the house.
Well, seek him out and play the tune the while. Cesario, if ever thou shalt love, in the sweet pangs of it remember me. For such as I am, all true lovers are, unstayed and skittish in all motions else, save in the constant image of the creature that is beloved. How dost thou like this tune?
It gives a very echo to the seat where love is throned.
Thou dost speak masterly. My life upon it, young though thou art, thine eye has stayed upon some favor that it loves, hath it not, boy?
A little, by your favor.
What kind of woman is it?
Of your complexion.
Oh, she is not worth thee, then. What years, I faith?
About your years, my lord.
Oh, too old, by heaven. Let still a woman take an elder than herself. So wears she to him, so sways she level in her husband's heart. For boy, however we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more giddy and unfirm, more longing, wavering, sooner lost and worn than women's are.
I think it well, my lord.
Ah, then let thy love be younger than thyself, or thy affection cannot hold the bent. For women are as roses, whose fair flower being once displayed, doth fall that very hour.
And so they are, alas, that they are so to die when they even to perfection grow.
Wow. Oh. Hey, oh, fellow, come. This song we had last night. Mark it, Cesario. It is old and plain. The spinsters and the knitters and the sun and the free maids that weave their thread with bones do use to chant it. It is silly sooth and dallies with the innocence of love, like the old age.
Are you ready, sir?
Hey, prithee, sing.
Once upon a time I was falling in love, but now I'm only falling apart. There's nothing I can do, a total eclipse of the heart. Yoo-hoo! Earth to Arsena. Hi. How'd you
Whoa.
sleep?
What a dream!
I know.
There's for thy pains.
No pain, sir. I take pleasure in singing, sir.
I'll pay thy pleasure then.
Truly, sir, pleasure will be paid, one time or another.
Give me now leave to leave thee.
Now the melancholy god protect thee, and the tailor make thy doublet of changeable taffeta, for thy mind is a very opal. I would have men of such constancy put to sea, so that their business might be everything and their intent everywhere, for that's it that always makes a good voyage of nothing, huh? Farewell.
Farewell.
Later.
Cesario, get thee yon to same sovereign cruelty. Tell her my love, more noble than the world, prizes not quantities of dirty lands. The parts that fortune hath bestowed upon her, tell her I hold as giddily as fortune. But 'tis that miracle and queen of gems that nature pranks her in attracts my soul.
But if she cannot love you, sir,
I cannot be so answered.
soothe, but you must. Say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath for your love a great pang of heart, as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her. You tell her so. Must she not then be answered?
Women's sides. Women, there is no woman's sides that can bide the beating of so strong a passion that love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much. They lack retention. Alas, their love may be called appetite, no motion of the liver, but of the palate, that suffer, surfeit, cloyment, and revolt. But mine is all as hungry as the sea, and can devour as much. Make no compare between the love a woman can bear me, and that I owe Olivia.
Aye, but I know
What dost thou know?
too well what love women to men may owe. In faith, they are true of heart as we. My father had a daughter, loved a man as it might be, perhaps, were I a woman. I should, your lordship.
What's her history?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but like concealment, like a worm in the bud, feed on her damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy, she sat like patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was not this love indeed? We men say more, swear more, but indeed our shows are more than will, for still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
But died thy sister of her love, my boy?
I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too, and yet I know not. Sir, shall I to this lady?
Hey, that's the theme. Give her this jewel. Tell her my love can give no place. Bide no denay.
Come thy way, Signor Fabian.
Nay, I'll come. If I was a scruple of this sport, let me be boiled to death with melancholy.
Wouldst thou not be glad to see the rascal sheep biter come by some notable shame?
I would exult, man. You know, he brought me out of favor with my lady about a bear baiting here.
To anger him, we'll have the bear again, and we will fool him black and blue. Shall we not, Sir Andrew?
And we do not. It is pity of our lives.
Here comes the little villain. How now, my golden girl?
Get you all three into the box tree. Malvolio's coming down this walk. He has been yonder in the sun practicing his behavior to his own shadow this half hour. Oh, observe him for the love of mockery, for I know this letter will turn him into a notable contempt. Close in the name of jesting. Lie thou there, for here comes the trout that must be caught with tickling.
'Tis but fortune. All is fortune. Maria once told me she did affect me, and I have heard herself come thus near that, should she fancy, it should be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with a more exalted respect than anyone else that follows her. What should I think on it?
Here is an overweening rogue.
Oh, peace. Contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of him. How he jets under his advanced plumes.
Slight, I could so beat the rogue.
Oh, to be Count Malvolio.
Pistol him! Pistol him!
Peace, peace!
There is example for it. The lady of the Strachey married the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Fie on him, Jezebel! Oh, peace, now he's deeply in. Look how imagination blows him.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state,
Oh, for a stone bow to hit him in the eye!
calling my officers about me in my branched velvet gown, having come from a daybed where I left Olivia sleeping.
Fire and brimstone!
Oh, peace, peace, peace.
And then to have the humor of state, and after a demure travel of regard, telling them, I know my place, as I would they should do theirs, to ask for my kinsman Toby.
Bolts and shackles!
Oh, peace, peace, peace. Now, now.
7 of my people, with an obedient start, make out for him. I frown the while, or perchance wind up watch, and play with my some rich jewel. Toby approaches, curtsies there to me.
Shall this fellow live?
Though our silence be drawn with us from cars, yet peace.
I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control.
And then does not Toby give you a big blow to the lips then, huh?
Saying, Cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast me on your niece, give me this prerogative of speech.
What? What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Out, scab!
Nay, patience, or we break the sinews of our plot.
Besides, you waste the treasure of your time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I warrant you.
One Sir Andrew.
Oh, I knew 'twas I. For many do call me fool.
What employment have we here?
Now is the woodcock near the gin.
Oh, peace, and the spirit of humor's intimate reading aloud to him.
By my life, 'tis my lady's hand. These be her very C's, her U's and her T's, and thus makes she her great P's. It is in contempt of question her hand.
Her C's, her U's, and her T's. Why those?
To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes. Her very phrases, by your leave wax. Soft, the impressor, her Lucrece, with which she uses a seal. 'Tis my lady, to whom should this be?
This wins him, liver and all.
Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not move, no man must know. No man must know. What follows? The numbers altered. No man must know. If this could be thee, Malvolio.
Marry hang thee, Brock!
I may command where I adore, but silence, like a Lucrece knife, with bloodless stroke my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life.
A Fustian riddle.
Excellent wench, say I.
M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Nay, but first, let me see.
What dish of poison has she dressed him?
And with what wings this Daniel checks at it.
I may command where I adore. Why, she may command me. I serve her. She is my lady. This is evident to any formal capacity. There is no obstruction in this. But the end. What should that alphabetical position portend? If I could make this resemble something in me. Softly, M-O-A-I.
Oh, he is now in a cold scent.
Sodor cry upon it for all this, though it be as rank as a fox.
M. Malvolio M. Why, that begins my name.
Did not I say he would work it out? The cur is excellent at faults.
M, but then there is no consonancy in the sequel. That suffers under probation. A should follow, but O does.
And O shall end, I hope.
Hey, or I'll cudgel him and make him cry, oh.
And then I comes behind.
Aye, and you did any eye behind you, you might see more detraction at your heels than fortunes before you.
M-O-A-I. This simulation is not as the former. Yet to crush this a little, it would bow to me, for every one of these letters are in my name. Soft, here follows prose. If this fall into thy hand, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open their hands, let thy blood and spirit embrace them. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings, and wish to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say remember. Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, the fellow of servants, and not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell, she that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Oh. Oh. I do not now fool myself to let imagination jade me, for every reason excites to this, that my lady loves me. I thank my stars I am happy. I will be strange, stout in yellow stockings and cross-gartered, even with the swiftness of putting on. Jove and my stars be praised. O Jove, I thank thee. I will do everything that thou wilt have me.
I would not give my part in this sport for a pension of thousands to be paid from the Sophy.
I could marry this wench for this device,
So could I too.
and ask no other dowry but such another jest.
Nor I neither.
Ah, here comes the noble gold catcher.
Wilt thou set thine foot upon my neck,
Or am I neither?
or play my freedom at a trade trip, and let me become thine servant?
If faith, or I either.
Why, thou hast put him in such a trance that when he wakes from it, the image of it must make him run mad.
Nay, but say true, does it work upon him?
Like aqua vitae with a midwife.
Oh, if you will then see the fruits of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow stockings, and 'tis a color she abhors. Oh, and cross-gartered, 'tis a fashion she detests. And he will smile to her, which will then be so unsuitable to her disposition that being addicted to a melancholy as she is, cannot but turn him into a notable contempt. If you will see it, follow me.
To the gates of Tartar, thou most excellent devil of wit.
I'll make one too.
Save thee, friend, and thy music. Dost thou live by thy boombox?
No, sir, I live by the church.
Art thou a churchman?
No such matter, sir. I do live by the church, for I do live at my house, and my house doth stand by the church.
So thou mayest say the king dwells by a beggar if a beggar lived near him, or the church stands by that boombox if the boombox stands by the church.
You have said, sir, to see this age. Huh? A sentence is but a cheverel glove to a good wit. How quickly may the wrong side be turned outward?
Nay, that's certain. They that dally nicely with words may quickly make them wanton.
I would therefore my sister had no name, sir.
Thy reason, ma'am?
Why, because her name's a word, and to dally with that word might make my sister wanton. But indeed, words are very rascals since bonds disgrace them, huh?
Why, man?
Well, by my troth, sir, I can yield you none without reason, and, words are grown so false, I'm loath to prove reason with them.
I warrant thou art a merry fellow, and carest for nothing.
Not so, sir, I do care for something, but in my conscience, sir, I do not care for you. And if that be to care for nothing, sir, I would it would make you invisible.
Art not thou the Lady Olivia's fool?
No, indeed, sir, the Lady Olivia has no folly. She will keep no fool, sir, till she be married. And fools are like husbands as pilchards are to herrings. The husband is the bigger. I am indeed not a fool, but a corrupter of words.
But I saw thee late at the Count Orsino's.
Foolery, sir, does walk about the orb like the sun, huh? It shines everywhere. I would be sorry, sir, but the fool should be as oft with your masters with my mistress. I think I see your wisdom there.
Nay, and thou pass upon me, I'll no more with thee. Hold, there's expenses for thee.
Now Jove and his next commodity of hair send thee a beard.
By my troth, I'll tell thee, I am almost sick for one, though I would not have it grow on my chin. Is thy lady within?
Would not a pair of these have bread, sir?
Yes, being kept together and put to use.
Then I will play Lord Pandarus of Phrygia to bring a Cressida to this Troilus.
I understand you, sir. 'Tis well begged.
The matter's not great, I hope, begging but a beggar. Cressida was a beggar, huh? My lady is within. I'll construe to them whence you come, but who you are and what you would are out of my welkin. I might say element, but that word's overworn. Bye now.
See ya. This fellow is wise enough to play the fool, and to do that well craves a kind of wit.
Save you, gentlemen.
And you, sir.
Dieu vous garde, monsieur.
Et vous aussi, votre serviteur.
I hope, sir, you are, and I am yours as well.
My niece desires you should enter the house, if your trade be to her.
I am bound to your niece, sir. I mean, she is the list of my voyage.
Why then? Taste your legs, sir. Put them to motion.
My legs do better understand me, sir, than they understand what you mean by bidding me taste my legs.
I mean to go, sir, to enter.
Oh, I will answer you with gate and entrance. But we are prevented. Most excellent, accomplished lady, the heavens rain odors upon you.
That youth's a rare courtier. Rain odors. Wow.
My matter hath no voice, lady, but your own most pregnant and vouchsafed ear.
Odors, pregnant, vouchsafed. I'll get 'em all three ready.
Let the door be shut and leave me to my hearing. Give me your hand, sir.
My duty, madam, and most humble service.
What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name, fair princess.
My servant, sir. 'Twas never merry world since lowly feigning was called compliment. You're a servant to the Count Orsino, youth.
And his needs be yours, and his must needs be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam.
For him, I think not on him. For his thoughts would they were blanks rather than filled with me.
Madam, I come to whet your gentle thoughts on his behalf.
Oh, by your leave, I pray you, I bade you never speak again of him. But were you to undertake another suit, I'd rather hear you to solicit that than music from the spheres.
Dear lady.
Give me leave, beseech you. I did send, after the last enchantment you did here, a ring in chase of you. So did I abuse myself, my servant, and I fear me you. Under your hard construction must I sit to force that on you in a shameful cunning which you knew none of yours. What might you think? Have you not set mine honor at the stake and baited it with all the unmuzzled thoughts that tyrannous heart can think? To one of you receiving, enough is shown. A cypress, not a bosom, hides my heart. So, let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
Well, that's a degree to love.
No, not a grise, for 'tis a vulgar proof that very oft we love our enemies.
Why, then methinks 'tis time to smile again. O world, how apt the poor are to be proud. If one should be the prey, how much the better to fall before the lion than the wolf. Oh, the clock upbraids me with the waste of time. Be not afraid, good youth, I will not have you. And yet, when wit and youth is come to harvest, your wife is like to reap a proper man. There lies your way, due west.
Then westward ho! Grace and good disposition attend your ladyship. Yield nothing, madam, to my lord by me.
Stay, I prithee, tell me what thou thinkest of me.
That you do think you are not what you are.
If I think so, I think the same of you.
Then think you right. I am not what I am.
I wish you were as I would have you be.
Would it be better, madam, than I am? I wish it might, for now I am your fool.
Oh, what a deal of scorn looks beautiful in the contempt and anger of his lip. A murderous guilt chose not itself more soon than love that would seem hid. Love's night is noon. Cesario, by the roses of the spring, by maidhood, honor, truth, and everything, I love thee so that, maugre all thy pride, nor wit, nor reason can my passion hide. Do not extort thy reasons from this clause, for that I woo, thou therefore hast no cause. Instead, reason thus with reason fetter. Love sought is good, but given unsought, better.
By my innocence I swear, and by my youth I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, that no woman has, nor never none be mistress of it, save I alone. So adieu, good madam. Never more will I my master's tears to you deplore.
Yet come again, for thou perhaps mayest move that heart which now abhors to like his love.
No, Faith, I'll stay not a jot longer.
Thy reason, dear Venom, give thy reason.
You must needs yield your reason, Sir Andrew.
Mary, I saw your niece bestow more favors on the Count's serving man than ever she gave to me. I saw it in the orchard.
Did she see thee, the wild old boy? Tell me that.
As plain as I see you now.
This was a great argument of love in her towards you.
Slight, will you make an ass of me?
I will prove it legitimate, sir, upon the oaths of judgment and reason.
And they have been grand jurymen since before Noah was a sailor.
She did show favor to the youth in your sight, only to exasperate you, to awaken your dormous valor, to put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. You should then have accosted her, and with some excellent jests, fire new from the mint, you should have banged the youth into dumbness. This was looked at for your hand, and this was balked. The double guilt of this opportunity you let time wash off, and you are now sailed into the north of my lady's opinion, where you will hang like an icicle from a Dutchman's beard. That is, of course, unless you redeem it by some laudable attempt, either of valor or policy.
Oh, and it be anyway, it must be with valor. For policy I hate. I'd as lief be a brownist as a politician.
Why then? Build your fortunes on the basis of valor. Challenge the youth to a duel. Hurt him in 11 places. My niece shall take note of it, and I can assure thyself there is no act of policy more powerful in women's condemnation with men than reports of valor.
Will either of you bear me a challenge to him?
Go, write it in a martial hand. Be terse and brief. It is no matter how witty, be it eloquent and full of invention. Taunt him with the license of ink. If thou thouest him some thrice, it will not be amiss. And as many lies as will lie in thou sheet of paper, be it as big as a bed of ware in England, it is no matter. Go about it.
Where shall I find you?
We'll call thee at the cubiculo. Go.
This is a dear mannequin to you, Sir Toby.
He has been dear to me, some 2,000 strong or so.
We shall have a rare letter from him, but you'll not deliver it.
Never trust me then, and by all means stir on the youth to an answer. I think oxen and wain ropes could not hail them together. For Andrew, if his liver were opened and you found within enough blood to clog the foot of a flea, I'll eat the rest of the anatomy.
And his opposite, the youth, bears in his visage no great passage of cruelty.
Look where the youngest run of 9 comes.
If you desire the spleen and will laugh yourself into stitches, follow me. Yond gull, Malvolio's turned heathen, a very renegado, for there is no Christian that means be saved by believing rightly, could ever believe such impossible passages of grossness. He's in yellow stockings.
And cross-gartered.
Most villainously, like a pedant that keeps the school in the church. I have dogged him like his murderer. He does obey every single point of the letter I dropped in his way to betray him. And he does smile his face into more lines than the new map with the augmentation of the Indies. Oh, you have hardly seen a thing such as this. I can hardly forbear hurling things at him. Oh, I know my lady will strike him. And if she do, he'll take it for a great favor and smile greatly.
Come, bring us where he is.
I would not by my will have troubled you. But since you make a pleasure of your pains, I will no further chide you.
I could not stay behind you. My desire, more sharp than filed steel, did spur me forth. And not all love to see you, though so much as might have drawn one to a longer voyage, but jealousy, what might befall your travel, being skillless in these parts, which, to a stranger, unguided and unfriended, often prove rough and inhospitable. My willing love, the rather by these arguments of fear, set forth in your pursuit.
My kind Antonio, I can no other answer but make thanks and ever thanks, and oft good turns are shuffled off with such incurrent pay. But where my worth as is my conscience firm, you should find better dealing. Well, what's to do? Shall we go see the relics of this town?
Tomorrow, sir. Best first go see your lodging.
I am not weary, and 'tis long tonight. I pray you let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials and things of fame that do renown this city.
Would you pardon me? I do not without danger walk these streets. Once in a sea fight against the Count, his galleys, I did some service of such note indeed, that if I were taken here, it would scarce be answered.
Be like you slew great number of his people?
The offense is not of such bloody nature, albeit the quality of the time and quarrel might well have given us bloody argument. It may have since been answered in repaying what we took from them, which, for traffic's sake, most of our city did. Only I stood out, for which if I be lapsed in this place, I shall pay dear.
Do not then walk too open.
It doth not fit me. Hold, sir, here is my purse. In the south suburbs, at the Elephant is best to lodge. I will bespeak our diet, whiles you beguile the time and feed your knowledge with viewing of the town. There shall you have me.
Why your purse?
Haply your eye shall light upon some toy you have desire to purchase. And your store, I think, is not for idle market, sir.
I'll be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour.
To the Elephant.
I do remember.
After him, he says he'll come. How shall I feast him? What bestow of him? For youth is bought more often begged or borrowed. Oh, I speak too loud. Wait, where's Malvolio? He's sad and civil and Sir Twelfth for a servant with my fortunes. Where is Malvolio?
He's coming, madam, but in very strange matter. He's sure possessed, madam.
Why? What's the matter? Does he rave?
No, he does nothing but smile. Your ladyship were best to have some guard about you if you were to come. The man's tainted in his wits.
Go call him hither. I'm as mad as he, if sad and merry madness equal be. How now, Malvolio?
Sweet lady, ho ho.
Smilest thou, I sent for thee upon a sad occasion?
Sad, lady, I could be sad. This does cause some obstruction in the blood, this cross-gartering, but what of it? If it please the eye of one, it is with me as the very true sonnet is. Please one, and please all.
Why, how dost thou, man? What is the matter with thee?
Not black in my mind, though yellow in my legs. It did come to his hands, and commands shall be executed. I think we know the sweet Roman hand.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed? Aye, sweetheart, and I'll come to thee.
God comfort thee. Why dost thou smile so and kiss thy hand so oft?
How do you, Malvolio?
At your request, yes, nightingales answer daws.
Why appear you with this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness, 'twas well writ.
What meanest thou by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great.
Huh?
Some achieve greatness,
What
and
sayest
some
thou?
have greatness thrust upon them.
Heaven restore thee.
Remember who commended thy yellow stockings?
Thy yellow stockings?
And wish to see thee cross-gartered.
Cross-gartered?
Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so.
Am I made?
If not, let me see thee a steward still.
Why, this is very midsummer madness.
Hey, girl. Anyways, I kid you not. The young gentleman of the Count Orsino is returned. I could hardly entreat him back. He attends your ladyship's pleasure.
I'll come to him. Good Maria, let this fellow be looked to. Where's my cousin Toby? Let some of my people have a special care of him. I would not have him miscarry for the half of my dowry.
Oh, do you come near me now? No worse man than Sir Toby to look to me. This concurs directly with the letter. She sends him on purpose that I may appear stubborn to him. For she incites me to that in the letter. And when she went away now, let this fellow be looked to. Fellow, not Malvolio nor after my degree, but fellow. Why, everything adheres together that no dram of a scruple, no scruple of a scruple, no obstacle, no unsafe or incredulous circumstance. What can be said? Nothing that can be can come between me and the full prospect of my hopes. Well, Jove, not I, is the doer of this, and he is to be thanked.
Which way is he in the name of sanctity? If all the devils of hell be drawn in little, and Legion himself possessed him, yet all speak with him.
Ah, here he is, here he is. How is it with you, sir? How is it with you, man?
Oh, go off. I discard you. Let me enjoy my private go-off.
Lo, how hollow the fiend speaks within him. Did I not tell you, sweet Sir Toby, my lady prays you to have a care of him?
Oh, does she so?
Go to, peace. We must deal gently with him. Let me alone with him. Why, how dost thou, Malvolio? How is it with you? What man? Defy the devil. Consider, he's an enemy to mankind.
Do you know what you say?
Lie, you! And you speak ill of the devil, how he takes it at heart. Oh, pray God he be not bewitched.
Carry his water to the wise woman.
Oh, Mary, and it shall be done tomorrow morning if I live. My lady would not lose him for more than I'll say.
How now, mistress?
Oh, Lord!
Oh, prithee, hold thy peace. Do you not see you move him? Let me alone with him.
No way but gentleness. Gently. The fiend is rough and shall not be roughly used.
Why? How now, my bawcock? How dost thou chuck?
Sir!
Aye, Biddy! It is not for gravity to play a cherry bit with Satan! Hang him, foul Collier!
Get him to pray, Sir Toby. Get him to say his prayers.
My prayers, minx?
No! I warned you, he will not hear of godliness.
Go, hang yourselves all. You are shallow, idle things. I am not of your element. You shall know more hereafter.
Is it possible?
If this were played upon a stage now, I could condemn it as an improbable fiction.
His very infection have taken the genius of the device man.
Oh, nay, pursue it now, lest the device take air and taint.
Why, we shall make him mad indeed.
Oh, the house will be the quieter.
Come, we'll have him in a dark room and bound. My niece is already of the belief that he's mad. We'll carry it thus for our pleasure and his penance, until tired out of breath he prompts us to have mercy on him. At which point we'll bring the device to the bar and be crowned for a finder of madmen. But see!
Ah, more matter for a May morning.
Here's the challenge. Read it. Warrant that there's vinegar and pepper in it.
Is it so saucy?
Aye, 'tis, I warrant. Do but read.
Give it to me. Youth, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow.
Good and valiant.
Wonder not, nor admire not in thy mind why I do call thee so, for I will give thee no reason for it.
A good note that keeps you from the blow of the law.
Thou hast been kindest to my lady Olivia, but thou liest in thy throat. That is not the reason I call thee for.
Very brief and to exceedingly good sense. Less.
I will waylay thee going home, where if it be thy chance to kill me,
Rock on.
thou killest me like a rogue and a villain.
Still you keep on the windy side of the law. Good.
Fare thee well, and may God have mercy on one of our souls. He may have mercy on mine, but my faith is the better. So look to thyself, thine friend and thine sworn enemy, Sir Andrew Aguecheek. Wow! If this letter move him not, I know not what will. I'll give it to him.
You may have very fit occasion for it. He is now in some commerce with my lady, and will by and by depart.
Go. Scout for him at the orchard end like a bum bailey, so soon as ever thou seest him draw. And as thou drawest, swear horrible. For it comes to pass off that a swaggering oath, most sharply twanged, gives a man more approbation than ever did a fight itself. Go about it.
Nay, let me alone for swearing.
Now I will not deliver this letter. For the young man shows himself to be of good breeding, and his employment between the master and my niece shows no less. And this letter, being so ignorantly penned, will breed no terror in the youth. I'm afraid he will find that it comes from a clodpole. Instead, I will deliver upon Sir Andrew Aguecheek a notable report of valor, so strong that they will kill one another by the look, like cockatrices.
Ah, here he comes with your niece. Give them way till he take leave, and presently after him.
I'll mediate the while upon some horrible message for a challenge.
I have said too much upon a heart of stone, and laid my honor too unchary on it. There's something in me that reproves my fault, but such a headstrong, potent fault it is that it but mocks reproof.
With the same behavior that your passion bears goes on in my master's grief. Here, wear this jewel for me. 'Tis my picture. Refuse it not. It hath no tongue to vex you, and I beseech you, come again tomorrow. What shall you ask of me that I'll deny? That honor saved may upon asking give.
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
How with mine honor may I give him that which I have given to you?
I will acquit you.
Well, come again tomorrow. Fare thee well. A fiend like thee might bear my soul to hell.
Gentlemen, God save thee.
Oh, and you, sir.
Of what nature the wrongs are thou hast done him, I know not. But thy interceptor, full of despite, bloody as a hunter, awaits thee at the orchard's end. Beware in thy preparation, for thy assailant is quick, skillful, and deadly.
You mistake, sir. I am sure no man hath any quarrel to me. My remembrance is very free and clear from any image of offense done to any man.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, betake to your guard, for your opposite hath in him what strength, skill, and fury can furnish a man withal.
I pray you, sir, what is he?
He is night, dubbed with unhatched rapier, and a devil in a private brawl. Souls and bodies hath he divorced 3, and his emplacement is so unsatisfied at this moment that it can be satisfied with none but the pangs of death and sepulchre. Hobnob is his word. Give it or take it.
I will go again into the house and desire some conduct with the lady. I am no fighter. I have heard of some kind of men that put quarrels purposely on others to taste their valor. But belike this is a man of that quirk.
Sir, no. His indignation derives itself of a very competent injury. Therefore, go you will not back to the house unless you will undertake with me, with which as much safety you may as well take with him. Meddle you must, or forswear to wear iron about you.
This is as uncivil as strange. I beseech you, do me this courteous office, as to know of the night what my offense to him is. It is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. Senior Fabian, stay you the while till my return.
Pray you, sir, know you of this matter?
I know the knight is incensed against you, even to a mortal arbitrament, but nothing of the circumstance more.
I beseech you, what manner of man is he?
Nothing of that wonderful promise to read him by his form, as you are like to find him in proof of his valor. He is indeed, sir, the most skillful, bloody, and fatal opposite you could have possibly found in any part of Illyria. Will you walk towards him? I will make your peace with him if I can.
I shall be much bound to you for it. I am one that had rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight. I care not who knows so much of my mettle.
What man? He's a very devil! I have not seen such a farrago. I had a pass with him, rapier, scabbard, and all, and he struck me with a mortal motion that is inevitable. And on the answer, he hits you as surely as your feet at the ground they stand on. They say he has been fencer to Sophie.
Pox on it! I'll not meddle with him.
Aye, but he cannot now be pacified. Fabian can scarce hold him yonder.
Plague on it. And I thought he'd been so valiant and cunning in fence, I'd have seen him damned ere I'd have challenged him. Let him let the matter slip, and I'll give him my horse, Great Capulet.
Oh, make the motion. Stay here, make a good show on it. This shall end without the perdition of souls. Mary, I'll ride your horse as well as I ride thee. I have his horse for the quarrel. I've convinced him the youth's a devil.
He is as horribly conceited of him, and pants and looks pale as if a bear were at his heels.
Come, sir, there's no remedy. I have spoken with him of his quarrel, and he finds it scarce to be worth speaking of. Therefore, draw in supportance of his vow. He protests he will not hurt you.
Pray God, defend me. A little thing would make me tell them how much I lack of a man.
Give ground if you see him furious.
Come, Sir Andrew, there's no remedy. He will have a bout with you. He cannot by his honor avoid it. But he protests he will not hurt you. Come about it.
Pray God he keep his oath.
I do assure you, 'tis against my will.
Put up your swords. If this young gentleman have done offense, I take the fault on me. If you offend him, I for him defy you.
What, man? What are you?
One, sir, that for his love dares yet do more than you've heard him brag to you he will. Well, if you be an undertaker, I am for you.
Oh, good Sir Toby, hold, here comes the officer.
I'll be with you anon.
Pray, sir, put your sword up, if you please.
Marry will I, sir. And for that I promised, I'll be as good as my word. He will bear you easily and reigns well.
Antonio, I arrest thee at the suit of Count Orsino.
You do mistake me, sir.
No, sir, no, Jot. I know your favor well. Though now you have no sea cap upon your head, away with you. He knows I know him well.
I must obey. This comes with seeking you. There is no remedy. I shall answer it. But what will you do? Now my necessity makes me to ask you for my purse. It grieves me much more for what I cannot do for you than what befalls myself. You stand amazed, but be of comfort.
Come, sir, away.
I must entreat you to some of that money.
What money, sir? For the fair kindness you have showed me here, and part being prompted by your present trouble, out of my lean and low ability, I'll lend you something. My having is not much. I'll make division of my present with you. Hold, there's half my coffer.
Will you deny me now? Is it possible that my deserts to you can lack persuasion? Do not tempt my misery, lest it make me so unsound a man as to upbraid you with those kindnesses that I have done for you.
I know of none, nor know I you by voice or any feature. I hate ingratitude more in a man than lying, vainness, babbling, drunkenness, or any other corruption of vice which inhabits our frail blood.
Oh, heavens themselves!
Come, sir, I pray you, go.
Let me speak a little. This youth that you see here, I snatched 1/2 out of the jaws of death, relieved him with such sanctity of love, and to his image, which methought did promise, most venerable worth did I devotion.
What's that to me? The time goes by, away.
But oh, how vile an idol proves this God. Thou hast, Sebastian, done good feature shame. In nature, there's no blemish but the mind. No one can be called deformed but the unkind. Virtue is beauty, but the beauteous evil are empty trunks, overflourished by the devil.
The man grows mad. Away with you. Come, sir, come.
Lead me on.
Methinks his words do from such passion fly that he believes himself. So do not I. Prove true, imagination, oh, prove true, that I, dear brother, be now ta'en for you.
Come hither, Andrew. Come hither, Fabian. We must whisper over some of the most sage saws.
He named Sebastian. I my brother know, yet living in my glass. Even such and so in favor was my brother, and he went still in this fashion, color, ornament, for him I imitate. Oh, if it prove tempests are kind, and salt waves fresh in love.
A most dishonest and paltry boy. His dishonesty shows itself in him leaving his friend here in such necessity. And for his cowardice, ask Fabian.
A coward. A most devout coward. Religious in it.
Slid all after him again. Oh, and beat him.
Do it. Cuff him soundly, but never draw thy sword.
And I do not.
Come, let's see the event.
I will lay any money. 'Twill be nothing yet.
Will you make me believe that I am not sent for you?
Go to. Thou art a foolish fellow. Let me be clear of thee.
Well held out thy faith. No, I do not know you, nor am I not sent to you by my lady to bid you to come speak with her, nor is your name not Master Cesario, and nor this is not my nose neither. Nothing that is so is so.
I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else. Thou knowest not me.
Vent my folly? He has heard that word of some great man, and now applies it to a fool. Vent my folly? I'm afraid this great lubber, the world, will not prove a cockney. I prithee now, ungird thy strangeness, and tell me thou shalt vent to my lady. Shall I vent to her that thou art coming?
I prithee, foolish Greek, depart from me. There's money for thee.
thou tarry any longer, I shall give worse payment.
By my troth, sir, thou hast an open hand. These wise men who give fools money get themselves a good report. After 14 years' purchase. Now, sir, have I met you again? There's for you. What? There's for thee. And there. Are all the people mad?
Come, Sir Hold, or I'll throw your dagger o'er the house.
Now this I will tell my lady straight. I would not pay 2 pence to be in some of your coats.
Come on,
Louise.
Sir Hold.
Nay, let him alone. I'll go another way to work with him. I'll have an action of battery brought against him if there be any law in Illyria. Though I hit him first. Yet it's no matter for that. Go thy way.
Come, I will not let you go. Put up your iron, you world flesh. Come on.
What wouldst thou now? If thou darest tempt me further, draw thy sword.
What, nay, that I must have an ounce of this Malapart blood from you.
Hold, Toby, on thy life I charge thee, hold.
Madam!
Will it ever be thus, ungracious wretch, fit for the mountains and the barbarous Kaiser manners ne'er were preached? Out of my sight! Oh, be not offended, dear Cesario. Rudesby, be gone! I prithee, gentle friend, let thy fair wisdom, not thy passion, sway in this uncivil and unjust extent against thy peace. Go with me to my house, and hear thou there how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath botched up, that thou thereby mayest smile at this. Thou shalt not choose but go. Do not deny. Beshrew his soul for me. He started one poor heart of mine in thee.
What relish is in this? How runs the stream? Or am I mad? Oh, this is a dream. Let fancy still my sense in lathe steep. If it be thus to dream, still let me sleep.
Nay, come, I prithee, would thou be ruled by me?
Madam, I will.
Oh, say so and so be.
Nay, I prithee, put on this jacket and these glasses, and let him believe that thou art Sir Topus the curate. I'll call Sir Toby the whilst.
Well, I'll put it on and I'll dissemble myself in it, and I were the first that ever dissembled in such a gown. I'm not tall enough to become the function well, nor lean enough to be thought a good student, but to be said a good man and an honest housekeeper goes as fairly as to say a careful man and a great scholar. The competitors enter! Hey!
God bless thee, Master Parson.
Buenos dias, Sir Toby. For as the old hermit of Prague, who once never saw pen and ink, very wittily said to a niece of King Gorboduc, that is. And I, being Master Parson, am Master Parson, for what is that but that and is but is, huh?
And to him, Sir Topaz.
What ho, I say! Peace in this prison!
Oh, an excellent knave. The knave counterfeits well.
Who calls there?
Sir Topus the curate, who comes to visit Malvolio the lunatic.
Sir Topus. Sir Topus! Good Sir Topus, go to my lady!
Out! Apostolical fiend! How vexest thou this man? Talkest thou nothing but of ladies?
Well said, Master Parson.
Sir Topus, never was man thus wronged. Good Sir Topus, do not think I am mad. They have laid me here in hideous darkness.
Fie, thou dishonest Satan! I call thee by the most modest terms, for I am one of those gentle ones who uses the devil himself with courtesy. Sayest thou the house is dark?
As hell, Sir Topus.
Why, it hath bay windows, transparent as barricades, and the clerestories towards the south north are as lustrous as ebony, and yet thou complainest of obstruction?
I say to you, this house is dark. I am not mad, Sir Topus.
Mad man, thou errest. I say there is no darkness but ignorance, in which thou art more puzzled than the Egyptians in their fog.
I say this house is as dark as ignorance, though ignorance were as dark as hell. And I say there was never a man so notoriously abused. I am no more mad than you are. Make the trial of it in any constant question.
What is the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wildfowl?
That the soul of our grandam might happily inhabit a bird.
What thinkest thou of his opinion?
I think nobly of the soul, and no way approve his opinion.
Fare thee well, remain thou still in darkness. Thou shalt hold the opinion of Pythagoras, ere I will allow thy wits, and fear to kill a woodcock, lest thou fear to dispossess of the soul of thy grandam. Fare thee well.
Sir Thomas. Sir Thomas!
My most exquisite Sir Topaz!
Nay, I am for all waters.
Thou mightst have done this without thou outfit. He sees thee not.
To him in thine own voice, and bring me word how thou findest him. If he could be easily delivered, I would he were. For I am now so far in offense with my niece that I can no longer pursue with any safety this sport to the upshot. Come, by and by to my chamber.
Fool, I say!
Who calls, huh?
Fool, as ever thou wilt deserve well at my hand, help me to some light, paper, candle, and ink. As I am a gentleman, I will live to be thankful to thee for it.
Master Malvolio?
Aye, good fool.
Alas, sir, how fell you beside your 5 wits?
Fool, there was never a man so notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits, fool, as thou art.
But as well, you're not mad indeed if you be no better in your wits than a fool.
They have here propertied me, keep me in darkness, send ministers to me, asses, and do all they can to face me out of my wits.
Well, advise you what you say. The minister is here. Malvolio, Malvolio, thou wouldst the heavens restore. Endeavor thyself to sleep and leave thy vain bibble babble.
Sir Topaz.
Maintain no words with him, good fellow.
Who, I? Not I. God bless you, Sir Topaz.
Mary, oh man,
I will, sir, I will.
Fool. Fool. Fool, I say, fool!
Alas, sir, be patient, sir. What say you? I am shent for speaking to you.
Good fool. Help me to some light and some paper. I tell thee true, I am as well in my wits as any man in Illyria.
Well, a day that you were, sir.
By this hand by this hand I am. Good fool, some light, paper, and ink, and convey what I will set down to my lady. It shall advantage thee more than ever the bearing of letter did.
well, I'll help you to it. But tell me true. Are you not mad indeed, or do you but counterfeit?
Believe me, I am not. I tell thee true.
Nay, I never believe a madman or I see his brains. I will fetch you light and paper and ink.
Fool, I'll regret it in the highest degree. I prithee, be gone.
Yeah.
This is the air. That is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me, I do feel it and see it, and though 'tis wonder what enwraps me thus, yet 'tis not madness. Where's Antonio then? I could not find him at the Elephant, yet there he was, and there I found this credit that he did range the town to seek me out. Oh, his counsel now might do me golden service. Though my soul disputes well with my sense that this may be some error, but no madness. Yet doth this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I'm ready to distrust mine eyes and wrangle with the reason that persuades me to any other trust but that I'm mad. Or else the lady's mad. And if it were so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs with such smooth, discreet, and stable bearing as I perceive she does. Oh, there's something in it that is deceivable. But here the lady comes.
blame not this haste of mine. If you mean well, now go with me and with this holy man into the chantry by. There before him and underneath that consecrated roof, plight me the full assurance of your faith, that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live at peace. He shall conceal it, whiles you are willing, it shall come to note. What time will our celebration keep according to my birth? What do you say?
Oh, follow this good man and go with you, and having sworn truth ever will be true.
Then lead the way, good father, and heaven so shine that they may fairly note this act of mine.
Fool. Are you hiding? Oh, there you are. Please, as thou lovest me, let me see his letter.
Good Master Fabian, grant me another request.
Anything?
Do not desire to see this letter.
This is to give a dog, and in recompense desires to my dog again.
Belong ye to the Lady Olivia, friends?
Aye, sir, we are some of her trappings.
I know thee well. How dost thou, my good fellow?
Truly, sir, the worse for my friends and the better for my foes.
Just the contrary, the better for thy friends.
No, sir, the worse.
How can that be?
Nay, sir, they praise me and make an ass of me. Now my foes tell me plainly that I am an ass. So by my foes, sir, I profit in the knowledge of myself, and by my friends, I'm abused. So that, conclusions to be as kisses, if your four negatives make two affirmatives, why then, the worse for my friends and the better for my foes.
Why, this is excellent.
By my troth, sir, no.
Well,
no, though it please you to be one of my friends.
You shall not be worse off for me. There's a token.
But that would be double dealing, sir. I would you could make it another.
Oh, you give me ill counsel.
Put your grace in your pocket, sir, for this once, and let your flesh and blood obey it.
Well, I will be so much sinner as to be a double dealer. There's another.
Primo, segundo, tertio, sir, is a good play, and the old saying is the third base for it all, huh? The triplex, sir, is a good tripping measure, huh? Or the bells of St. Bennet may put you in mind. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, hold on. You shall fool no more money out of me at this throw. But if you go to your lady and tell her I am here to speak with her, and bring her along with you, it may awake my bounty further.
Marry, sir, lullaby to your bounty till I come again. I go, sir, but would not have you think that my desire of having is the sin of covetousness, huh? But, as you say, sir, let your bounty take a nap. I will awake it anon. So, baby.
Farewell. Funny guy.
He tried to get coins out of you. That's
Well, he
a
would
little
not
much.
get 3. He got 2.
He tried to get 3. Oh, here comes the man, sir, that did rescue me.
That face of his, I do remember well. Yet when I saw it last, it was besmeared as black as Vulcan from the smoke of war. A bobbling vessel he was captain of, with shallow draught and bulk unprizable. With such scathful grapple did he make upon the most noble bottom of our fleet, that very envy and tongue of loss cried fame and honor on him. What is the matter?
Orsino, this is that Antonio that took the phoenix and her fraught from Candy, and this is he that did the tiger board when your young nephew Titus lost his leg. Here in the streets, desperate of shame and state, in private rabble did I apprehend him.
He did me kindness, sir, drew on my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me. I know not what 'twas, but distraction.
Notable pirate, thou saltwater thief! What foolish boldness madness brought thee, to the mercies of whom in terms so bloody and so dear, thou hast made thine enemies.
Orsino! Noble sir, be pleased that I shake off these names you give me. Antonio never yet was thief or pirate, though I confess on base and ground enough Orsino's enemy. A witchcraft drew me hither, that most ungrateful boy there by your side. From the roots he's enraged and foamy mouthed did I redeem. A wreck past hope he was. His life I gave him, and did thereto add my love without retention or restraint. All his in dedication. For his sake did I expose myself into the dangers of this adverse town.
How can this be?
When came he to this town?
Today, my lord, and 3 months before. No interim, not a moment's vacancy. Both day and night did we keep company.
Here comes the Countess. Now heaven walks on earth. But for thee, fellow, thy words are madness. 3 months this youth hath tended upon me. But more of that anon. Take him away.
What would my lord, but that he may not have wherein Olivia may seem serviceable? Cesario, you did not keep promise with me.
Madam?
Gracious Olivia.
What do you say, Cesario? Good, my lord.
Oh, my lord would speak. My duty hushes me.
If it be aught to the old tune, my lord, it is as fat and fulsome to mine ear as howling after music.
Oh, still so cruel?
Still so constant, lord.
What? To perverseness? Eat my shorts, you uncivil lady, to whose ingrate and unauspicious altars my soul, the faithfulest offerings hath breathed out that ere devotion tendered. What shall I do?
Even what it please my lord that shall become him.
Why should I not? Had I the heart to do it, like to the Egyptian thief at point of death, kill what I love, a savage jealousy that sometimes savors nobly. But hear me this, since you to non-regardance cast my faith, and that I partly know the instrument that screws me from my true place in your favor, live you the marble-breasted tyrant still, but this your minion whom I know you do love, and whom by heaven I swear I do tender dearly. Him will I tear from that cruel eye where he sits crowned in his master's spite. Come, boy, my thoughts are ripe in mischief. I will sacrifice a lamb that I love to spite a raven's heart within a dove.
And I, most jocund, apt, and willingly to do you rest 1,000 deaths would die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love. More than I love these eyes, more than I love life, more by all mores than ever I shall love wife. If I do feign, you witnesses above, punish my life for the tainting of my love.
I, me detested, how am I beguiled?
Who does beguile you? Who does do you wrong?
Hast thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Call forth the Holy Father.
No. Come away.
Whither, my lord? Cesario, husband, stay.
Husband?
I, husband. Can he that deny?
Yes.
Her husband, sirrah.
No, my lord, not I.
Alas, it is the baseness of thy fear that makes thee strangle thy propriety. Fear not, Cesario. Take thy fortunes up. Be that thou knowest thou art, and then thou art as great as that thou fearest. Oh, welcome, Father. Father, I charge thee by thy reverence here to unfold, though lately we intended to keep in darkness, what occasion now reveals before 'tis ripe. What thou dost know hath newly passed between this youth and me.
A contract of eternal bond of love, confirmed by mutual joinder of your hands, attested by the holy close of lips, strengthened by interchangement of your rings, and all the ceremony of this compact, sealed in my function, by my testimony, since when my watch had told me toward my grave, I have traveled but 2 hours.
Thou disassembling cub, what will thy be when time has sowed a grizzle on thy face? Or will thine own craft so quickly grow that thine own trip shall be thine overthrow? Farewell, and take her, but place thy feet where thou and I henceforth may never meet.
My lord, I do protest.
Oh, do not swear. Oh, little faith, though thou hast too much fear.
For the love of God, a surgeon! Send one presently to Sir Toby.
What's the matter?
He hath broken my head across, and he hath given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb, too. For the love of God, your help! Oh, I'd rather than 40 shillings I were at home.
Who has done this, Sir Andrew?
The Count's gentleman, one Cesario. We thought
My
he was a
gentleman
coward, but he's the very devil incarnate.
My gentleman, Cesario.
God's life links, here he is. You, sir, broke my head across for nothing. And that I did, I was set upon to do by Sir Toby.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You drew your sword upon me without cause, but I bespoke you fair and hurt you not.
That's bogus. If a bloody coxcomb be a hurt, then you have hurt me. I think you said nothing by a bloody coxcomb. Oh, here comes Sir Toby halting. You shall hear more. Oh, but if he had not been in drink, he would have tickled you other gates than he did.
How now, fellow? How is it with you?
It's hurt me. That's all one thought. Didst thou see Dick Surgeon thought?
He's drunk, Sir Toby. You know, now we're gone. His eyes were shut at 8 in the morning.
Then he's a rogue and a passy measures baven. I hate a drunken rogue.
Away with him. Who hath made this havoc with them?
I'll help you, Sir Toby, because then we'll be dressed together.
Will you help? An asshead and a knave, a thin-faced knave, a girl!
Get him to bed and let his hurt
Come
be
on.
looked to.
Come on, Toby. Come on.
I'm sorry, madam. I've hurt your kinsman, but had it been the brother of my blood, I would have done no less for wit and safety. You throw a strange regard upon me, and by that I do perceive I hath offended you. Oh, pardon me, sweet one, even for the vows we made each other but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit, and two persons? A natural perspective that is and is not.
Antonio, my dear Antonio, how the hours have racked and tortured me since I've lost thee.
Sebastian, are you?
Fearest thou that, Antonio?
How have you made division of yourself? An apple, cleft in two, is not more twin than these two creatures.
Most wonderful.
Do I stand there? I never had a brother, nor can there be that deity in my nature of here and everywhere. I had a sister, who the blind waves and surges have devoured. Of charity, sir, what kin are you to me? What country, what name, what parentage?
Of Messalene. Sebastian was my father, such a Sebastian was my brother too. If spirits can assume both form and suit, you come to fright us.
A spirit I am indeed, but am in that dimension grossly clad from which the womb I did participate. Were you a woman, as the rest goes even, I should let my tears fall upon your cheek and say thrice welcome, drowned Viola.
My father had a mole upon his brow.
And so had mine.
And died that day when Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years.
Oh, that record is lively in my soul. He did indeed finish his mortal act the day that made my sister 13 years.
If nothing lets to make us happy both, but this, my masculine usurped attire, do not embrace me till each circumstance of place, time, fortune do cohere and jump that I am Viola, which to confirm I'll bring you to a captain in this town, by whose gentle help I was preserved to serve this noble count. All the occurrence of my fortune since hath been between this lady and this lord.
So comes it, lady. You have been mistook. But nature to her bias drew in that. You would have been contracted to a maid. Nor are you therein by my life deceived. You are betrothed both to a maid and a man.
Be not amazed. Right noble is his blood. If this be so, as yet the glass seems true, I shall have a share in this most happy wreck. Boy, thou hast said to me 1,000 times thou never shouldest love woman like to me.
And all those sayings I will overswear, and they will keep as true in soul as doth that orbed continent the fire that severs day from night.
Give me thy hand, O sweet Viola.
Now I remember me. Fetch Malvolio hither. They say, poor gentleman, he's much distract. A most extracting frenzy of mine own for my remembrance clearly banished his. How does he, sirrah?
Well, madam, he holds Beelzebub at the stave's end as well as any man in this case may do. As here in a letter to you. I would have given it to you today morning, but as madman's epistles are no gospels, I mean, come on. So it skills not much when they're delivered.
Open it and read it.
Look then to be well edified when the fool delivers the madman. By the Lord!
How now? Art thou mad?
No, but I do read madness, and as your ladyship will have it as it ought to be, you must allow vox.
Prithee, read it thy right wits.
So I do, but to read his right wits is to read thus. Now, perpend, my dear princess, and give ear. But to read it.
Read it you, sirrah.
By the Lord, madam, you have wronged me, and the world shall know it. Though you have put me into darkness and given your drunken cousin rule over me, yet have I the benefit of my senses as well as your ladyship. I have the letter that induced me to the semblance I put on, with the which I doubt not but to do myself much right or you much shame. Think of me as you please, I leave my duty a little unthought of, and speak out of my injury. The madly used Malvolio.
Did he write this?
Aye, madam.
He doesn't sound like a madman.
You have no idea, do you?
See him delivered, Fabian. Bring him hither. My lord, so please you, these things further thought on to think me as well a sister as a wife. One day shall crown the alliance on it, so please you, here at my house and at my proper cause.
Madam, I am most apt to embrace your offer. Viola, your master quits you, and for your service done him, so much against the mettle of your sex, so far beneath your smooth and tender breeding, and since you called me master for so long, you shall from this time be your master's mistress.
A sister, you are she.
Is this the madman?
Aye, my lord, the same. How now, Malvolio?
Madam, you have done me wrong. Notorious wrong.
Have I, Malvolio? No?
Lady, you have. Pray you, peruse this letter. You must not now deny 'tis your hand. Write from it, if you can, in word or phrase, or say 'tis not your seal, not your invention. You can say none of this. Well, grant it then. And tell me, in the modesty of honor, why have you given me such clear lights of favor, bade me come smiling and cross-garter to you, to put on yellow stockings and to frown upon Sir Toby and the lighter people? And acting this in an obedient hope, why have you suffered me to be imprisoned, kept in the dark house, visited by the priest, and made the most notorious deck and gull that e'er invention played on? Tell me why.
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing, though I confess much like the character, but out of question, 'tis Maria's hand. And now I do bethink me, 'twas she first told me thou wast mad, then cam'st in smiling, and in such forms which here were presupposed upon thee in the letter. Prithee, be content, this practice hath most shrewdly passed upon thee, but once we know the grounds and authors of it, thou shalt be both the plaintiff and the judge of thine own cause.
Good madam, hear me speak. Most freely I can confess, myself and Sir Toby hath set this device against Malvolio.
Alas, poor fool, how have they baffled thee?
Why, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and others have greatness thrust upon them. I was one in this interlude one, Sir Topes. But that's all one. I mean, really. By the Lord, madam, by the Lord, fool, I'm not mad. But do you remember? Madam, why laugh you at such a barren rascal and smile not? He's gagged. And thus, the whirligig of time brings about his revenges.
Oh.
It's a joke.
I'll be revenged on the whole pack of you.
We got a runner! He hath been most notoriously abused. Pursue him and entreat him to a peace.
Now we've got a runner after him!
Oh my God. Go.
Okay,
Go.
Oh. Soon a solemn combination shall be made of our dear souls. Meantime, sweet sister, we shall not part from hence. Viola, come, for so you shall be Orsino's mistress and his fancy's queen.
I want to dance with somebody. Okay, all right. I want to feel the heat with somebody. Okay, I like that. Yeah, I want to dance with somebody who loves me.